Yahweh, I pray. Testimonies don't show. Pray, Yahweh, I pray. Jehovah the soul. Pray, Yahweh, I pray. Testimonies don't show. Pray, Yahweh, I pray. Jehovah the answer. Oh, 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 oh. Pray, Yahweh, I pray. Testimonies don't show. Hello, everyone. It's another beautiful Saturday, and I'm your able host, Rosemary Henry Eze, on the Y.W.W.B Initiative Discussion Platform. And Y.W.W.B stands for the Young Women and Wives with Burdens and Blessings. I'm always looking forward to every Saturday evening. Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to another amazing time we will have on this platform. How are you and how has your week been? I'm very sure the week has been awesome, and well, I hope you're taking records of gratitude of what has happened in your life in the year 2024. A lot of things has happened. But in all, we give thanks to God. Welcome to another wonderful evening. And tonight, we will be having with us our very own Omalara Libra Oshoni as guest speaker to speak on the topic, striving for balance. How youth can effectively, have a balance in their life while maintaining their well-being and happiness. And you can see from the way I'm dressed, I just thought to myself, what better way to reflect the youthfulness in me, the youth in me, than to be all youthfully dressed and all. Don't mind me, I'm still a youth. Some of you will doubt it, but well, that's your own. I am still a youth. Like I would tell people, I tell them, I say, in my own culture, at 40, you are still a youth. So you're actually a youth, so whatever. Thank you so much for being a part of this program. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that has been a part of this program consistently since the day we launched this discussion platform. This discussion platform, the first discussion platform, the launch took off on the 15th of June 2024, and I would say it's been an amazing 6 months. It's been an amazing 6 months of intense topics discussed and topics that relate and affect our lives as women. And I was talking to someone today. And I said to her, the platform is actually set up for women, but the feedback that I've been getting from the men has been massive. The feedback I've been getting from the men have been massive, and I've been getting more feedback from the men than from the women. And I know that going forward, a lot of things will change. And I had a man tell me, thank you for the past, 3 topics. And he said, the topic was very honest. Jealousy in marriage. They want to talk about jealousy in marriage, that he never really looked at it like that, but that the topic has been awesome. And I said, it has not only, been impacting you, it has also been impacting me. Yes, it has also been impacting me, because for me, there have been areas in my life that I have found, healing to. And I found understanding. Sharing, when you share from others' perspective, from professional angle, you will see that you are not the only one in that situation. And also that applying what we call jungle justice answer or response to some situation will actually, without seeking for alternative solution, can be very dicey. So I say to you, welcome once more to this evening's discussion. And while we wait for our guest speaker, I want to say thank you. Thank you. I was doing like a year-end summary and documentation of this discussion platform for the past 6 months, and I was screaming, and I was screaming, and I was screaming. And why was I screaming? I was like, wow, wow, we did this much. We did this much, as in we had the topics where I was going through the topics all over again. All over again. And I said, wow, these topics were really were really healing for everyone who watched. And there was one topic that I actually came across, which I took, and that was the word kindness as a strategy. Oh my God, I went back to listen to over again to that, and I'm like, oh, this is talking to me, also talking to me. And we spoke of how important it is that we implement the strategy of kindness in everything we do. Understand what kindness is, be able to differentiate what kindness is. The thing is that most people misconstrue misconstrue kindness, the word kindness or the act of kindness. Now, the act of kindness, you are not expecting anybody to give you anything in return. You are not. You are not expecting anybody to give you anything in return. So that is where it is very, very, very sensitive and very unique. But because what we find out is that most people say, I have been kind to this person, I'll be kind to this person. Now, you will see that in you mentioning it already shows that you are not kind. You are actually carrying out an act that you wish to be repaid for. Good evening once more, and we have our speaker. Is a speaker here? Lara, I'm not able to bring you on. Lara, please, can you send me a request, because it's not showing where I can. Okay, where I can bring you on camera. Send me request, please, or invite rather, so that I can bring you up, because you are. I can see you, but there's no. I'm not able to bring you on camera. I don't know what is happening. Okay, let me try to see if I can. Lara. So we'll be talking. Thank you so much. We have Henry joining us from Mowe in Ogun State. We have Lara, our guest speaker, joining us. Thank you so much. And while we wait for others to join, we are trying to bring our guest speaker in. So the topic today is really very important, because I tell people, I say the youth of today have so much more to do, so much on their plate, so much stress, are faced with so much stress, so much burdens. I'm not saying that we didn't have it, but they have so much to deal with, so much to compete against, which, well, they shouldn't, but somehow, in order for you to be able to, there's kind of there's this thing that makes you want to ensure that you are actually doing what you're supposed to do. But in the process, you now find out that so many people are taking on more than they can chew, more than they can do. They are not able to discern and discern and apply their what they have rightly. So this balance is what we'll be talking about tonight. And thank goodness we have a youth with us who will be speaking to us on this topic. Okay, as our custom is, I will be reading our guest speakers. As I bring her on, I will be reading her biography. Omolara Oshoni is a passionate award-winning educator who has spent over 6 years cultivating curiosity, empowering learners, and igniting the spark of lifelong learning. With a strong foundation in English, French, and STEM education, Omolara is dedicated to making complex concepts accessible and inspiring students to explore the limitless world of knowledge and self-discovery. A graduate of Yaba College of Technology, that she studies food science and technology, and Nigerian French language village. Wow, French studies. Omolara further enhanced her expertise through certifications from various prestigious institutions. Among them, her certificate in STEM education and PHET interactive stimulations from the University of Colorado, Boulder, empower her to create engaging, trying to bring out, engaging inquiry-based learning experiences that foster a deep understanding of science and technology. I've brought you in, but I don't know what's happening. This thing better not misbehave today. As a multilingual educator, Omolara excels in refining communication skills in both English and French, simplifying difficult STEM concepts and preparing students for academic success. She extends her passion for education beyond the classroom, mentoring fellow educators and coaching individuals and business brands to thrive through effective communication and leadership. Guided by her core values of integrity, empathy, and a growth mindset, Omolara fosters inclusive and inspiring learning environments where students are encouraged to question, explore, and think critically. Her commitment to excellence in education, coupled with her dedication to personal and professional growth, empowers both learners and educators to reach their full potential. I've been adding you, but it's just like it keeps throwing you out. I don't know. I've accepted the invites. I don't know why it's throwing you out. It's just being funny. Omalara's influence extends into the realms of educational psychology, social and emotional learning, that's SEL, and digital education, equipping her to deliver transformative learning experiences that nurture the whole student, Welcome, Lara. Thank you. Our guest speaker is with us this evening. Please bring yourself on camera, please. You know the camera, babe. Her holistic approach to teaching not only promotes academic achievements, but also fosters emotional intelligence and critical thinking. Omolara Libra Oshiyi, a name synonymous with unlocking potential. That's nice. Inspiring excellence and shaping the future of education. Like they will say in the question, with Jesus, let's bring on Omolara Libra. You are here, but you are not here. Let me put it that way. I can't see you. You are here, but you are not here. We can't see you.
This network.
You said?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we are not seeing you.
Oh.
We are not seeing, yeah. We can hear you, but we are not seeing you. So, like I said earlier, the topic we'll be talking about today is striving for balance. Striving for balance, how youths effectively, try to like maximize their time and everything to have a well-balanced well-being and also what happiness. Can you hear me, Omolara?
I can hear you. I don't know why it's not.
No, sometimes you have to check your camera. It happens with most of the guest speakers, and then when they check their camera. So check your camera. Are you using your laptop or your phone?
I'm using my laptop. It's not even going on.
Camera.
I'm using my computer.
Your phone. Do the front.
Yes.
All those front and front
Okay.
camera, back camera. You know, if it's facing, you have to do front camera.
I can hear you. I can hear you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
but we need to see you now. We need to see you. You know, this is a live, so we need to see you. Okay, please, while you are working on the okay. Well, sometimes you don't really envisage these technical challenges that we have, and being in different continents, and there are challenges that are common to network providers and all that. Sorry. Okay, so as she's about, I don't know where the network is at. I want to even ask a question, and I want everyone who is with us here to please drop what their perspective or their definition of a youth is. Thank you so much, Mr. Akibinu Akikule. Hello, my people in PEI. Good to see you, sir. Welcome. Good to see you. So who is a youth? Who is a youth? Because I really want to understand, because I kind of have this every time I tell people I'm a youth, they're like, you are not a youth, you are also. Who is a youth? Who is a youth? What is the definition of a youth? Because I feel that when it comes to balance in and well-being and happiness, it is really a generic term and not specific to youth. Even though tonight we'll be talking on concentrating on youths, but so we want to have a clear understanding of who a youth is. Omolara, what's happening? Time is going. Can you try again to? Because I keep bringing you in, keep dropping you out. I don't know. Who is a youth? Who is a youth? Okay, my own definition of a youth, categorized by age. Okay, thank you, Mr. Hakim. He said a person in the transitional stage of life between childhood and adulthood. Thank you. Thank you. Between childhood and adulthood is a youth. So who is an adult? So what age does adulthood? Okay, between childhood and adulthood. Okay. So this is a bit broad, sir. Can you break it down further? Because between childhood and adulthood could be from a child. 18-year-old is not a child. So 18-year-old is a youth. 20, 25, 30-year-old is a youth. By my own perspective, me that I'm in my 40s, I'm a youth. Sorry, please. Me in my 40s, I'm a youth. Well, me, by my own definition, I'm a youth. But now the general perspective of who a youth is. And the thing is that in this time and age that we are in, this age of persons between the age of 18 and 25 are no longer like my age, where we had to, for some of us who are my age, at the age of 25 is when we're still, trying to find out what we really want, trying to understand what we actually want from life. You understand what I'm saying now? We didn't understand. Most of us didn't understand what the children, or rather just the persons between the ages of 18 to 25 understand and have achieved. You find out that I will call them my friends, because they're actually friends. Even though I have friends who are 15, 16, 17, 18 years older than friends, and you find out that I relate with them. I relate with them because as on their level. And one of the things that I do is I don't try to show that I know it all. Because really, when you within my age, you think you know it. And when these children begin to, apologies for that, when they begin to analyze and break down some things for you, that thing you feel you will have no choice but to start to look at it. Okay, so that means that there are other perspectives to this. Welcome, Lara, but we are still not seeing you.
You can see me.
Hey, finally. I'm beginning to see, I'm sweating already. I'm like, God.
So I'm sweating here too. So I'm like, hey, God, this was not happening in this night too.
Yes,
I
you are
have prayed.
disappointed. No, check the camera, please.
Okay.
We are not seeing
How about
it. Okay,
How about
thank
now?
you. Kipule said, UN definition of youth is different from African definition of youth. Now, Nasabio, with age, UN age of youth is 15 to 24. Wow. African Union age is between 15 to, I will pick the African Union, please. Let us pick the African Union. Thank you, sir, for that clarity and vital information. Welcome this evening, Lara. Lara, sorry, she's my person, so I'm kind of being too free with her. How are you? Good evening. Welcome. You need to sit down so that we can be seeing your face. So, don't put our shaking. How are you?
I'm very well, ma. I'm very well. How about you?
Well, I'm doing great. Please, can you help with volume? Your voice seems to be a bit distant.
How about now?
Good, better, much better.
Oh.
Welcome. Thank you so much, and everyone is welcoming you.
Thank you, everybody.
Some people, Mr. Henry said in Nigeria, if you are near some wicked age, you are a youth. I'm so sorry. Now, Nasabi, thank you so much. And I'm so sorry. We had to, while we're having some conversational, conversation rather, asking who a youth is. So this evening, you will be talking to us on striving for balance. But I asked a question before you came on.
Okay.
And Mr. Kikule and Mr. Henry were giving us their definition of who a youth is. Mr. Kikule said, according to United Nations, it's between the ages of 15 to 24. And he said, African Union, it is 15 to 35. Now, Mr. Henry said, in Nigeria, yes, so wicked, is what is a youth. It is well. But so before you start on the topic, striving for balance, please, what is your own definition of, because if we go with the definition that Mr. Akikule gave of the United Nations, definition of youth being from age 15 to 25. Are you above 25?
I am.
So which means you are not a youth.
That's why I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for questions before I
Come on, continue, please.
Okay, yes. So am I meant to answer?
Yes, answer that, and then just walk yourself to the topic of today.
In my perspective, I would answer that, then I come in formally. Yeah. Youth does not have any age. When I saw the comment, I'm like, which one is these people bringing in again? No, me, I did not bring definition for you though. But my own is, youth for me is a flexible term that can refer to a period of life as a young person or an old person that you have discovered you. So some people have brought a bracket or a age limit to the definition of youth, and that is why there has been so limit in becoming the best that we can be. So for me, it's good to have an age bracket, but the age bracket is bringing about limits. Time where you know that yes, you have discovered you and you can do you without any problem. So that's youth for me. So you can be 50 and still feel young at heart. You're a youth. You can be you can be 60 and still feel young at heart. You are a youth. So we should not limit it to age, because age is a number. I actually saw it in the comment now. What about the saying that says age is a number? Age is just a number. Age is just a number. Based on all of the things I put together, we'll discover that being a youth is when you realize that you are still young at heart. We see many people discovering purpose at different age and still come out to become the best they can be. And some people who would have discovered purpose but will be like, because they feel I'm old.
This network too. Hello, can you hear us? Hello? 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 Uh, Apologies, please. I think the network, from her end is a bit wonderful. So I tried bringing her on back, and it's kind of pushing her. I've accepted you, Lara. I don't can see. And before the thing threw her off, it's saying decline. Lara, if you can hear me, can you use your phone? I think sometimes using laptop does kind of has issue. Can you use your phone to access your Facebook? If you are using laptop, can you use your phone? But it seems you are using your phone, I think. Okay, before she went on, she said something. She said that it is when you realize that you are still young at heart. Hey, all these men that are saying yes on wiki. I'm bringing you on. I keep clicking and it's saying decline, decline. I think it's technical issues. This thing should not do this thing today. Oh, I beg. It's just saying it's declining. I don't know why. It's throwing this thing away and declining. Okay, you are back, but we can't see you. Okay, joining. Apologies to everyone. I think it's just technical challenges that is common back home, and I think that's just the problem. Okay, so she's trying to join, and while she's resolving the. Okay, hello, Lara. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We are not seeing you. Oh, that we technical from back home, but we are not seeing you. We are not seeing you. So throwing you out again. So she said, when you realize that the thing is just being funny, the thing just throwing her out. So she said, when you realize, so that means, so from her own definition, now what our guest speaker is saying, that you can wake up at 6 and say you are a youth, please, but your body is not a youth now. Okay, so which means that youthfulness has nothing to do with what with the physical appearance. Is that what our guest speaker is trying to say? But I thought that the makeup of a being is both physical and will I say spiritual now or internal? Now I don't know. Like this thing is coming from your end. I've been adding you, keeps throwing declining. Now wow, this is crazy. She's not there. This person was unable to join because of technical issues. Okay, thank you. So I have new people join us this evening. Thank you, everyone. And I can see so many new persons joining us. Thank you. I can see you, Felicia. Hi, Felicia. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you so much. And like we were saying, we're actually trying to define what youthfulness or what it means to be a youth. Please, we're having technical issues, back with our guest speaker. I don't know, Lara, if you can hear me. Maybe will you like to maybe log out and come in? I don't know. I don't know how to resolve it. This is wonderful. Okay, so Mr. Akikule said, young at heart, for someone who is 60. Well, let's just like that is what the question I would also ask. For someone who is 60, that one is an elder, that is not a youth. But what the topic majorly we're talking about, that we're actually speaking about this evening, is about how youths can effectively balance, you know, their various activities, while still maintaining well-being and the happiness. Because like I said earlier, when we came into the show, I said that back then a lot of us didn't have much to do, unlike what the youth of today have to do. They have so many things to compete against, and they have so much on their plates. So, well, what with the advent of technology and all, so much to contend with. Unlike when we were much younger, were within the age range that is being stipulated. And also we had some of our audience say that United Nations defines the youths, being a youth, from the ages of what, 14 to 24. Lara, I'm bringing you on again. I don't know what's happening. It's technically this is from your end. It keeps throwing you out, and throwing you out. And this happens, but today's one is something else. So the topic is saying striving for balance, how they can. So we also actually wanted to get the perspective from that of a youth. Lara, can you see me? Can you hear me? It just keeps saying you are joining, but then takes you off again. Now, for me, when I was much younger, we're waiting for our guest speaker. When I was much younger, I didn't have, as I mentioned, that some of us just realized. Oh, thank you. Welcome back. The network from your end is very wonderful. So sorry. Please continue. Can you hear me? Wow.
Can
If you
we all see me? Okay.
Can you hear me?
This is bad. Okay.
But just continue to talk. Maybe the thing if I can hear you, I will tell you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. Just shoot. Continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank God.
Yeah.
All right. I apologize for the network glitch at my head. Okay. I can see that we have our convener had said a lot of things, and I would like us to know that I saw some comments that said at 60, young at heart. I know there is an age topic as a topic for just the youths. It is actually a topic for everybody. It is actually a topic for everybody, because the topic is a generic one that has to do with striving for balance. So permit me at both hands, I would be asking a reflective questions. Please, down. That shows that I'm a child. Okay. So I really want this topic to be engaging, and because of the network glitch, we have actually lost time. Time is not really on our side. So I greet everybody. Let me not go into too much formality and go straight to what we are here for. Okay, so there is a reflective question I drafted that I want us to all look at, then we can take you from there. All right. Let's take a moment to pause and truly reflect. This topic is a real life topic. We live in a world that constantly demands more of us, where we feel the need to do it all. We must study hard, excel at work, care for others, maintain friendship, and somehow we still have to prioritize our happiness and health. But let's be honest, sometimes it doesn't feel like we are just spinning in a circle, that we are just caught up in an endless cycle. We don't even know what we are doing, particularly for the age bracket, which is 15 to 24, of the youth of this generation. But we feel there are so many societal pressure to succeed, overwhelming streams of information on social media. There is this constant comparison on social media. We see others, perhaps our peers, seemingly achieving more, and suddenly we start to question our journey. Is it that I'm not good enough? Is it I am falling behind? There's even this saying that will say a fool at 40 is a fool forever. And things you have to know when you are 25. You know, all those kind of timelines where you come across with and you start feeling the weight of being, you now start thinking that you see that you're just being busy and you're not doing anything for yourself. So now the thing there is, most times we feel the weight of being busy but disconnected from our true self. We are stressed, but we are still trying to strive because we want to meet with perfection and not balance. Remember, we are not talking of perfection, and balance is not perfection. Balance can never be perfection. Balance is progress. Now, hoping to meet this expectation, we now start losing ourselves. We start doing what we are not called to do because we are trying to be like who we are not. But here's the truth, like I said, striving for balance is a journey, not a destination. Every small steps we take to balance our commitments, it has a way of strengthening our well-being and strengthening our happiness. Yes. I hope we get that.
Yes.
Now, here's the objective of tonight's discussion. I am here to talk about striving for balance. And the striving for balance is not just managing time. It doesn't have to do with creating harmony. It has to do with it has to do with creating harmony between what truly matters, not just any other thing. Now, for us to be, there is this conjunction while striving for balance, while maintaining well-being and happiness. That while is a conjunction that shows that even as we strive for balance, we also must find happiness in our strive. We are not just striving for balance because we want to meet up with some certain standards. Let me use it that way. We are striving for balance because that's in the process of striving, we enjoy what we are striving for. And we have this ultimate goal that, yes, it is about our progress. Now, for me, I actually define balance as having an entire map. Imagine you having an entire map that gives you a guide to where you are going to. And you have moved from where you started. That's when they gave back to you, when they gave back to us. Then you now get to a certain step or a certain phase. And there's a need for you to check back that, I have come this far. There's this sense of happiness you feel in you that, yes, I have come this far. And the feeling that, yes, I still have more. I still have somewhere ahead of me to go. That for me is what I call balance. So needless to mention, I want us to always remember that balance is not accidental. It is intentional. That means it just doesn't happen by chance. It is something we create for ourselves. It does not happen by chance, because there is this saying that a little drop makes a mighty ocean. Balance is a choice. The choices we make today, either big or small, let me tell you, it shapes our ability to thrive tomorrow. It shapes our ability to thrive tomorrow. Now, here's the thing. Let's dive in more. Now, there are many definitions of balance. If you even go to the dictionary, there are so many big grammars, big words, vocabularies they have used to define balance. But I have come to define balance in a simple way that a layman will understand. And I have 5 definitions here. I will start with the 5th one. Balance is about essentials. And what do I mean by essentials? The ability to be selective and not exhaustive. That means you should select your competition. Let me put it that way. Now, we can be a winner in anything we do when we have the right person, the right thing we are competing with. If you have the right team, the right people, like minds, you definitely will be a winner. But when you are not, imagine you're a cook, you're somebody that is very good at cooking, and you just find yourself, you say it just happens by chance, find yourself in where they are teaching little children, you cannot last. You get exhausted because you did not select your victory, you did not select your progress. And so balance is about essentials, those things that matter and things that do not matter. When you know what matters to your matter, you will not be exhausted. Even when you're exhausted, you have this feeling in you that, yes, I have done my part. Thank God I did that. That is when you know that, yes, balance has found expression. Now, another thing about balance that is interesting is that it is you knowing the seasons of your life. Some seasons require extreme focus. I emphasize on extreme focus on one area. And I want you to know that it is okay to let others rest temporarily. Yes. It is okay that others should rest. Go, stay one side. Permit me to speak pidgin. Ogbeni, stay one side. This part of my life right now, I need to put my best in it. Just like marriage. We hear so many pastors keep telling us, and that's the truth. All of you want to get married, you want to get married. What have you done with your single life? Are you happy with your single life? Have you given it the extreme focus that it needs? Or you just want to say you are true and you want to get married? That is what I'm trying to say there. There are seasons. Balance is, you know the seasons of your life, and you know that one requires extreme focus on one area, and it is okay to let the other rest temporarily. You'll not rest and not do anything with it. It's temporarily. I think we are following.
Yes.
Another thing about balance is progress, not perfection. I said that earlier. So I will expatiate more on that. When we say progress, it means you are identifying wasteful efforts and realigning your focus. There are some things we waste our time on that does not make any sense, and you are realigning your focus. That is what balance is. Now, the penultimate one, balance is creating the life you want. Create the life you want. Connecting to your purpose and pushing through hard times. Balance is not everything will be rosy. It's not going to be rosy all the time. But when you already create the life you want, it is easier for you to connect to your purpose. Then you will push through no matter how hard it is. Because even when it is hard, you are impeccable with your words. You are saying words that will make every hard thing start aligning to you. There's a way the universe aligns to us even when we are going through hard times. You know, there's this feeling we have. We're excited that, yes, though today may not be good, with all of these things that I'm doing, I know tomorrow will be better. So that is balance. And the one I love the most, balance is listening to silence to gain clarity and see the bigger picture. When we started this year, 2025, there were so many, 2024, I mean 2025 already, pardon me. When we started 2024, when we started 2024, there were so many uncertainty. We didn't know everything that is happening would happen. And yeah, we are in December. But for me, I was able to find where silence was utmost for me. That's the truth. And so when I am in my silent mode, I gain clarity of intention, clarity of where I'm coming from. And I see the bigger picture. And I push again and I continue. That's balance. Now, of all of these definitions I've given, the summary of everything is that balance does not always mean 50-50. It can be 50-50 for some people, depending on their priorities. But for you, it can be 70-30. It can even be 99.9 and 0.1. Permit me for you to use all those mathematical terms. I'm a STEM educator, so it's showing small. So it can be 70-30. It can be 80-20. It can be 99 with 0.1. Most times it can be 10 and 90. Remember, I don't want to bring tithing into it. It can be 10 and 90 at times. All of this, whatever aggregate you want to put it, it depends on your priority. Now, the goal is harmony and not symmetry. I'm sure we did some little bit of biology in school where they talk about bilateral symmetrical and radial symmetrical, where you divide a body into two equal parts. The left part and the right part is the same thing. That's dividing it. But radially symmetrical, it will start from your middle body, where the upper part and the lower part does not even look alike. That is how balance can come most times. All right, moving on. Balance is crucial. We cannot go away from it. It is something that we cannot overlook. Why? Imbalance has consequences. It has consequences. And one of the consequences is one of the things we are talking about, our happiness. When there is imbalance, you will burn out from overcommitment. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this, you want to do that. This one is saying what you are not doing is right, and you are just burned out. And you are looking older than your age. Now we see that the youth thing is not even coming in again. It's not coming in again. Now the next thing is decreased happiness, and mental health struggle. Any small thing, I'm depressed. Especially generation of this our generation. Every small thing, I'm depressed because there is an imbalance. When I had the opportunity to visit the psychiatric hospital, and the population of people that are there are women, the highest population are women. That takes me back to this Y.W.W.B platform. Pardon me, I'm our men. You know, the way God wired now, he different from us. You have a way of trying to juggle everything together. But the women, there are so many mental health struggles they are struggling with. Just hear different kind of names every day. That's why because there is an imbalance. There is an imbalance. Imbalance has consequences because there will always be poor performance across responsibility. When you try to do 50-50, you cannot always give equal effort. Go possible. You cannot be here and there. It's either you are there or you are here. You pick. Do the ones that you know that when you start it, you can delegate it to others. Even when you are not there, things can be done. But if you're trying to be here, you're trying to be there, you're trying to be there, you want to do everything at the same time. When you are not in science, you will break down. You will break down. So when you strive for balance, you understand that you focus on what truly matters. Focus on what truly matters. Make space for your well-being. Me like this, on Thursday, I know they come out anywhere. If you like, come me from today to tomorrow. Thursday is my resting day. It's my resting day. So I cannot come and kill myself. Yoruba will say, Emi Segun. If anything happens to you, you will be replaced. Even when they cry and they feel sorry for you, life continues, life goes on. So try to focus on let us try to focus on what really matters. And let us make space for our well-being. It's not when we get to 2025 now, we start saying, this is what, I already have my 2025 sorted out already. It's sorted out. And what is it? What is sorting out? It is because all the things I could not do this year, I am taking it over to next year. There's nothing new. There's no New Year resolution for me. There should not be any New Year resolution. I have taken what's needs for 2025. Now, I want to give us a breakdown. There's this thing that is going. I was just sitting and it just dropped in my spirit. There's this end of the year sales that is going. Every business owner is trying to disburse some things out of their out of their shops, out of their business. They are giving at discounted price. If you are not careful, you will spend what you're not supposed to spend. That's the truth. You go spend with you're not supposed to get. We are spending and they are getting our money. January long, you. January long, budget.
Every month, step.
I had I had somebody said this morning that if you don't earn like them,
Hello?
don't spend them. Ma, can you
Yes.
hear me?
Can you try your camera? I think there's this thing about seeing you that makes the whole difference. Can you still try to see if you can get your camera?
It's just writing joining here.
Okay, with the camera, B.
Yes.
Because the thing is showing still is STILL. Your picture is still.
I'm sure it's network. Because it's showing joining from my hand. Should I leave and join again?
Can we try it?
Let's try it. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. So when you join again, if you see like that, we'll leave it.
Okay.
Let's try it again. Lara has been dropping bomb. God, that woman, that lady, she's loaded. She's loaded. No. This is loaded. And to think that I told her I want us to do it question and answer. Laura, thank you. What's it Loni? Something about the picture that film, yeah. When you go home, I was just thank you so much, Lara. You've been. This is a very. I'll just say in my spirit. And Mr. Henry is saying Omarala should be one of the speakers. Omarala is an admin of Y.W.W.B.
But I need to say they dragged me. I kept removing my head. God catch me today.
Let me just see. I was the secretary of Y.W.W.B initiative. So she's loaded. Please continue.
Okay, so to make it more interesting, I'm sure my gestures now will make everything lively.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, to make it more interesting, I decided to make balance an acronym where I had to use each letter to represent a factor that we must consider. And I call it framework. All right. So we're going to start with B. B means balance. Balance is balance itself, which I have talked about. And the other thing I could say B can be is you begin with the end in mind. That is one of the quotes that has been keeping me. We begin with the end in mind. When you already envisage or vision the end, I bet you, no matter what order comes your way, no matter what it is, you will thrive. But when you just feel that, luck happens, anything can happen, you just take whatever they throw at you. But when you begin with the end in mind, you already see that bigger picture of where you are going to. And you are saying, I'm not going to settle for less. You will stand on it, and that is going to be it. Is it that they stay or they go? Now, and I said this thing, Emma, we no get light for our house.
Okay, no problem, it's fine.
Okay, now if you remember, I talked about season. There are seasons in our life. There are seasons. This year now has been one of the seasons where I've lost people that I felt that are very important to me. And it taught me that most times when you think that for people are Alpha and Omega, when you really need them, you may not see them there. People I least expect, they're the ones that will carry my matter for their head like this and say, Omolara Manlo, mo wa leyin. If not, I had not begin with the end in my mind, I would have felt so bad or depressed that people where they carry for my head, not even carry my matter for head. But because I felt that this thing still has to be done, I just let that go and I continued on the journey. So we have to begin with the end in mind. Now, the next one is awareness. A for awareness. There's nothing like being aware. When you are aware of the season in which we are, the street people say, because you are aware that this season cannot stay for long. It is a phase, it will pass. I always try to engage in conversation with everybody that I I meet. Either you're a bike man or I just try to engage in conversation to just hear some people's perspective. And so sometimes last week I was talking to a bike man that carried me, and he said, Auntie, ti pain era tawa yi ko share rara. And I said, share mo pe, even in this T-paid era, so many people have done so many exceptional things with their lives that they did not even do when things were very was rosy, was going on smoothly. And I said, yes. He said, yes, that is true, but it's because they were aware. They are aware that if they use their money to do nonsense and do frivolities acts, they don't know what next year can be. So they decide to use that money and put it into something that will produce more money for them. That is why it is looking like they are doing something productive. But because the season has changed everything, so if they are using money to go and do nonsense before, or just dashing people money anyhow, they are not aware that this season is not it. They know anyhow. I have to put back. That is awareness. And I'm like, yes, otoro lesson. That is very true. And that's somebody that did not go to school. That's why we learn from everybody. If you are aware, you will learn. So awareness and attention. Most of us don't give attention to something. We'll say when we cross the bridge, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. There's no bridge anywhere. Let us know what we'll do when we get Kosi Bridge. There's no bridge. So the awareness of what matters most to you right now is balance. When you are aware of what matters most, every other thing can wait. You pay attention to your time, pay attention to your energy and emotional needs. I am somebody that is very strong on emotions. I don't joke with emotions because that is our spirit. All this physical thing, all this spiritual thing is still centered on emotion. That is why you can be very intelligent in every aspect of your life. But when your emotion is nothing to write home about, the devil brings you down. So we have to pay attention to our emotions. Now, tip on awareness. Let me tell you, if anybody or anything does not add value to your life, take it away. Let it go. No matter how hard it can be, let it go. Much as you are aware that and we are trying to make it look like it will stay, and it's still draining your energy, let it go. Just let it go. Now, the next one, which I love the more, is L, leverage. There is always a leveler. And who is our leveler? God. God knew. There's this song that says, I put my hope in Jesus, my anchor to the ground.
Wow.
That word anchor is the balance. Now, let me give a scenario where you have a chair, a table, like a bench that we use in this part of the world, in Nigeria here. You see that when somebody that is too big is sitting at the edge, and somebody that is as slim is trying to come and sit at the other edge, not in the middle, there's going to be an overlap, it falls. But when there is something in the center, like a pivot, holding it down, no matter the weight, it is balanced. So that center has to be God. Remember, Psalm 32 verse 5 says, commit thy ways unto thy Lord. Remember, one of the key words is commitment. So even in our commitment, we have to commit our commitment to God. So when he says stop, you have to stop. When he says go, you have to go. Psalm 23, we say, the Lord is my shepherd. That's Bible passage. Man, is still a mystery to me. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. The one that gets me even upset is, even when I walk through the valley of shadow of death. Who will walk through the valley of shadow of death and not fear no evil, if not that he has a leveler, which is God. So that is the L. Now, the next one is the next A. Remember, it's BALA. Then this A is adaptation. Adapt. It is necessary for you to adapt while you are striving for balance, to get happiness, to get well-being. I used to say this: whatever we are building, it is good for us to build it to last, but we must be able to build it to adapt, because season keeps changing. The almighty 2025 we envisage is here in few days. It is filled with so many uncertainties that we don't know. So when it comes with some things we are not expecting, can we adapt?
Hold on, Lara.
Okay.
Kindly drop your questions as we go. But our time is fast spent, I think, because of the technical issues and other. So, Lara, please kindly do me a favor and round up in the next 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
We're already in past.
So our A is adaptation. Then the next one is nurture. That's N. We have to nurture our relationship. Nurture your relationship with God. Nurture your relationship with people that matter. Always, no matter how much you want to let go, if there's anybody coming to be remorseful and saying, I'm sorry for what I've done, you just have to accept it back for the benefit of doubt. Now, the C is clarity. The clearer your focus, the less distracted you will be. You will not even hear what anybody is saying. Remember, there's the compass, north, south, west, and east. If you are going northward direction, you don't want to know what the southward or the eastward is saying. You know where you are going. So whatever distraction comes, you are still moving on. Now, the last one that is very interesting is essentials. Know your essentials and remove unnecessary obligation. No more eye service. My people call it, English people will say it's not eye service, they say it's grandstanding, trying to impress. Don't impress anybody. Impress yourself. Be contented with who you are. Appreciate what you have. There's this there's this thing that talks about time management, something that is important and urgent, the one that is urgent and is not important, the one that is important and is not urgent, the one that is not even urgent that is important. When you break it into those 4 time management, you will see that you will know your essentials. We will know our essential. All right. So without further ado, I know we have gotten a lot of key takeaways from all I've said, no matter the time, but I want us to remember this. Don't strive to do everything. Strive to do what matters. That's the only thing that you will learn.
Hello. I think we're having the network thing again. Hello, Lara. I don't know if you can hear me. No. Okay. While she tries to come in again, because it's our question and answer time, I want to say that I'm so happy that this topic is coming at this time of the year, because for this year, today is the last discussion day for the year 2024. So what we'll be doing next week is just doing a recap of what has been achieved in the year on the discussion platform. So next week, Saturday, we'll just be doing recap of what has been achieved on this day. But I want to say that, Lara, thank you so much. I'm trying to bring you in again. Thank you so much for a very in-depth, when we spoke, because really for me, the perspective I had was just that we should just do it a question and answer session. She's back, thank God. It's just to do it a question and answer session. And she called me, she said, no, I feel that the topic is not really a question, it's not really like something that you discuss. But thank you for proving me wrong. Thank you for proving
I'm happy I did. I'm happy I did. Because that day when I woke up, I had to call you like that.
That is what the platform is for. it is not about your perspective. It is about, there's something in when you have a different perspective from knowledge, if not only of just your own knowledge. Because I just felt that, anything that has to do with the youth, has to do with, question and answer and all that. But, having this perspective that you are bringing to it is really very, very deep and very, very loaded. Very loaded. I'm blessed, and I'm really like, so please kindly, round up so that we can come up with our question. Time don't they go? I want to
Okay.
ask.
I will just close with this. I don't know if it will be possible that I can make justice to this for another time. I'll be happy to do, because there's a lot to talk about. But I just want us to close with this. And it's a question. As we approach a new year filled with uncertainty, where in your life can you simply realign or focus more intentionally rather, to achieve balance? Let us think about that. What aspect of our life do we think that needs more focus, more realignment? The year is coming to an end, and we are having so many churches going for so many things. They will start bringing out theme for the year and saying, this is our year of this is our year of that. That can be an additional. Don't let it be the major. Don't let it be the major, please. My own, I know my own. Oh. My own is my spiritual life. Call me spiritual. I love it like that. I love it like that. My own is my spiritual life. Call me spiritual. I love it like that.
Yeah.
But what is yours?
Hmm.
Find it. We have, today is 14, so we have 17 more days. Try and find it and do the needful. And let me give you a tip. One of the things that I did this year, because when I looked back at what I was able to put together this year, it was God. And I was able to create a vision board. Go on Canva. Canva is the simplest thing. Just write, I want to create a vision board. It gives you so many templates. Create a vision board for your spiritual, your physical, your mental, your emotional life. Or your physical, your emotional life. And you will see how 2025 will be the best year yet for you. Even before 2025. I still believe that this year has a lot to offer.
Definitely.
Or it ends. So I would advise that we should look for that aspect of our life. Some of us, it can be our marriage. Most of us, it can be our educational pursuits. It is different for everybody. Like I said, balance can be 50-50 for me. It can be 70-30 for you. It can be 80-20. Whatever aggregate it is, find it. Do the needful. Create a vision around it. Don't create things that are not feasible. Create things that are feasible, something that you can achieve. When it is complex, break it down to something that is easier. And before you know, you'll be happy that you did that. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Quite I think it's the Y.W.W.B is not really a church program. It's not a religious thing, but we are people of faith, and there's no how our faith don't come into play. I like the blend of spirituality and knowledge. Spirituality is definitely about knowledge anyway, and then excellence is an hallmark of God, and you cannot
Yes.
be talking. You cannot have a connection or a relationship with God Almighty and not spew excellence and not spew knowledge. I want to say a big thank you to you. See, like I said, don't say anything again. No, don't say anything. When I sent you this topic and I said, Lara, it's question and answer, because I had so many questions to ask. But I was seeing, it's the topic from a different perspective. The the thing that Y.W.W.B aims to achieve is to really give room for people to share knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? That to share knowledge. So I'm not restricting it to this is what me are. Well, what we are. Most of us are used to is that they will just give a topic and say these are the areas that you should talk about. No,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
that is what we're looking at. Okay, because it has to come from your heart. It has to come from not only knowledge, it has to come from your own personal experience. That's what I'm saying. So that's why we actually give that room for this thing. And one thing about Y.W.W.B is that we try to also actually touch on practicable and realistic, points. You understand that? Realistic points. For example, now look at this topic, striving for balance. I love it, maybe because you're a teacher, you know. Because you're a teacher, it's very detailed, very in-depth. And I'm like, I was taking the time, but I say,
Yeah.
I told Lara 20 minutes now. Lara took back for 1 hour. But I did not.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not even spoken up to 20 minutes though.
yeah.
It's the network issue.
We had the issue of network up until like 3:34.
So 9.
34. You understand now? So, but from there till now. But let me tell you that, it is very, very detailed. And I want to appreciate you for the time you put into it. And even though we are actually looking at the youth, the topic or the discussion, the way you took it this night is applicable to everyone. What I want to say is that for someone like me, the maybe as I grow older, with new technologies, new information and everything, you tend to feel like you've not done enough. Like there are things that you need to catch up with. Okay, you have done this, but your systems you need to catch up with. New information are coming out, things are coming out, and then you need to go. And then somewhere I began to feel, Rosemary, are you slacking? I'm telling you, I began to feel like I was slacking. But then I was particular about I wanted to like do all those everything the information that was coming out and relevant and to our society. I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to do it and everything. Then I started to notice that it was telling on my health. And how did I notice? Because well, I'm fortunate enough to actually kind of humanly possible be not observe my body change. So I started noticing that I started having twitch. My mouth will twitch. You understand that? My mouth will be twitching, as in to be pulling me. And I'm like, so that's one sign of that, man. You are taking more than you can chew. So you are under either your blood pressure is being affected, or this is so. Yes. So I sat down and I told myself, am I in competition with anybody? And so I said, let me understand the stage I'm in. Let me understand the state I'm in and the stage I'm in. And also understand that new information will always come out. And I don't need to actually be a part of those information because it is continual. It is continual. So what I do with the one that I am able to use matters a lot. So I can't do so much. I can't do
That's
so much.
true.
So I really want to say thank you for this extensive and detailed, discussion. Now, I have some questions.
Okay.
Like when we started, I said that the youth of today, I asked the question, who is a youth and everything. The youth of, what some of our audience said from age 15 to 24. So by United Nations, some said 15 to 35. I said the youth of today are faced with a lot of pressure, a lot of demand to meet up and be, you are there, you are hiding, you are this, you are that, and then there, when you have so much on your plate, and because you want to make it know that you are informed, you know what is happening, you want to touch everything, and at the end of the day, you don't you leave most have done. So my question is, how can you have mentioned essentials, but I would say some even in the essentials there is essentials, but how can you sift the essentials without losing quality of what is needful and useful per time?
Okay. There's no two ways to it. one of the things that's making the youth of nowadays sway along the line is because they don't know themselves. There is this new information about, I heard about it and I was shocked because I was thinking about it, of the identity coach. We now have identity coach that helps you identify you. Should you is it not a taboo for somebody to be trying to identify me? Can't I identify who I am? So the problem with, they have issues with identity because they don't know who they are. For whatever everybody says they are, they accept it. So one of the things that makes the youth of these days not even know, they don't even know what is essential. They don't even know what is non-essential because they don't even know who they are. It is when you know who you are, you know your essentials and you know your non-essentials. You know what you commit yourself to. Now for me, commitment for me is my passion, is my profession, is my mission. When I mean passion, what I love to do the most. Profession, what I teach well, what I can do well without even preparing for it. You can call me anytime and I will have something to say about it. I wouldn't think twice. And in the long run, you'll be impacted. Then your mission is, those passion and profession you say you have, how many people is impacting from it? What do the world need you for? When you know what the world needs you for, you'll be able to deliver, no matter the information. I had a statement and it sticks. Everybody have perspective, but there is one thing, there is an opinion that stands, and that's the will of God. So you can come and say, this is my perspective. You can come and say, this is my perspective, but there's a truth. No matter our perspective, no matter our conventional kind of wisdom, there is still a truth that we have to stand back on. And the last one is your vocation. What is that thing you will hand over to the next generation? So all these things are based on identity, but since they don't know their identity, they are easily swayed. I remember I did a this thing on social emotional learning in education, and it talks so much about letting children understand who they are. It's not always about book all the time. Can they actually come out of their shell, their privacy, and tell you that this is what I'm battling with emotionally, and you will give them answers? Can we always just allow them to talk without judging them? Are we about just their intellectual or their emotions? Are we bringing both together, or we are just one? I told some of my parents that I said, your child may have failed some particular subject that you feel that you expect them to pass. Don't talk down on that child. He may have failed some things, but he is good at other things. Check those other things and work on it. And if you do that, that child will thrive. That child will not feel like a non-entity. Shaping mathematics, ni one more. Me, I'm good in English. Straight. I'll give you my answer. It's physics that you know. Me, I'm good in chemistry. Straight. I'll give my answer. So there's no, this fixed mindset is not there. That when they talk, I don't have anything to say. You are saying your own, let me say my own too. So if we can identify ourselves, we will not lose ourselves. When we identify ourselves, we will not lose ourselves. No matter. It's not possible you call me to say anything, I will not say one or two things. Instead of using my STEM knowledge to talk or my English knowledge to talk, and I start taking you through so many jargon that you say you are lost. Maybe you want to be showing yourself. I will show myself. So when we let our youth understand that, they will not feel intimidated. They will stand up for what they know, and they will understand that there is still more to learn. It just doesn't stop there. I think I hope I'm able to do justice to that question.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think I will have to become a teacher because I need to be speaking.
Go teacher, go teacher, go.
Something stood out for me. Understanding, or that's understanding who you are, your identity. A friend of mine who were in the same profession as in back home together said to me, said, Rosemary, you just and I was A lady. She said, funny enough, she doesn't watch live, but she said, I don't, most times I'm not able to watch your program live, but I went back and I watched most of your program. And I said to myself, Rosemary, you don't spend 50, and she said to me, she said it in Yoruba, oh, God, spend 15 years in construction. Oh. If to say you don't put that time in what you are doing now. And I told her, and I told her something, I said, there's a reason for that. She said,
Yeah.
this is what you were really born to do. I know she's not the first person. And she said to me, she said, the thing is that when somebody asks you something, you are able to give answer. And I told her, I said, well, there's a difference, the one has to also feed. And sometimes talk, no, they feed person. You have to market it. I mean, to be able to do that. But that construction put food on the table for that 15 years. Thank you so much. Awesome. I want to also ask another question. Now,
My
this
phone's
question,
battery is misbehaving, oh ma.
yeah,
I don't know what we do about it. Yes, it can't charge and it's saying it's hot.
yeah, how many percent me? Okay, it's hot.
3. Yes.
Hey, okay, let's stop here. That means we're going to have to still bring you on in the new year. Well, you know what's up now. You know what we're planning. I just want to say we have so many questions, but sincerely speaking, to most of the questions that I have, you have done justice. So just want to say that thank you for a different perspective to the acronyms that you gave to balance. And I said to myself, balance, B for balance and begin. Awareness and attention. And don't forget, L for leveler. And I will also put
Yes.
leverage because I said to myself, because sometimes you need to really, like you said, depend on other people.
Yes. Yes.
Other people. Then another A for, what was that A for now?
Adaptation. Adaptation.
See, adaptation. Then the N for nurture, C for clarity, and E for essential.
Or essential.
Wasting much of our not wasting, without taking much of our time. That is the cap to this topic. Balance. Begin from where you are. Awareness, attention, leverage, adaptation, not
Yes.
clarity and essential. Thank you so much, Olara Lee Brown or Oshoni, for a wonderful and informative evening. Thank you so much. I would like to say, well, you are in house now, but we'll still have you on the program. I want to say a big thank you to everyone for a wonderful 6 months. 6 months. Sincerely speaking, when this started, I myself didn't know how it would go. But as it's saying, when God commits a thing into your hand, He sees it through to the end. A big thank you to every of our guests, everyone who has graced this platform as a guest speaker. In no particular order, I want to say a big thank you to you, Lara, who happens to be our last speaker for the year 2024, because so next week we're going to be having a collage of all our speakers for the year. So I want to say in no particular order, I want to say a big thank you to Adeshola Adebisi Olabisi, sorry, Adeshola Olabisi, who was our first speaker, guest speaker on this program. I took some of this in. They say a big thank you to Flora Ogulisi. Thank you so much. A big thank you to Dr. Sarah Adeyinka Dedoyin. A big thank you to Nifemi Fagbonwe. A big thank you to Barrister Femi Adekunle. A big thank you to Mrs. Nikki Adekunle. A big thank you to Mr. Adewale Adekunle. The name just go. They are not family members. So, and a big thank you. Yeah. A big thank you to Pastor Mrs. Esther Fadumie. A big thank you to QS Tubomi Adekoya. A big thank you to QS Akpete Latifa. A big thank you to trying to we have so many. When I was doing the reports, I'm like, hey, He's been amazing. I'm telling you, he's been amazing. A big thank you to all our guests. Please forgive me. Forgive me. A big thank you to every one of you for the time you took out. And then we had this year also, we had the Light Up 2024, where we had stripping position for our children between the ages of 11 and 16. We told you, we said this platform is for our children between the ages of 12 to, and we guys ages from 12 to and above. They are not left out, so we try to accommodate them, and it was massive. It was a success. And as we go into 2025, expect so much more. Please know that the Y.W.W.B initiative platform is a healing platform. I was talking to someone today. I told the person, I said, see, we all have stuff we are going through. We all have challenges and everything. But the most important thing is that beyond saying, oh, like for a marriage, the man is bad, the woman is bad, this one is this, I have suffered, this one and that. What about trying another option to it? Because there are many ways. Thank you for every information that we have gotten on this platform. And until we come here, oh no, don't let me say that yet, because we still have next week. Thank you so much. Next week Saturday, I remain Rosemary Henry's, and I coordinate the affairs at the Y.W.W.B initiative. Bye. Thank you so much. See you.
Good night.
Go check it out.